more.
Chris Gethin with a K, Kaged Muscle with a K. We have the new flavor, Krisp Apple with a K.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up? This is Mike, CJ, and Robert with PricePlow.com, and we've been on a Kaged Muscle kick today.
Yeah.
And so, Pre-Kaged though, this is the flagship pre-workout supplement.
So you were telling me, so we've reviewed a few of the products, but apparently, yeah, this is the one out of all the products. You're telling me this is the one that you buy, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like, if you want a non-DMAA based pre-workout, this is about as fully loaded as it gets in terms of pumps.
Sweet.
And kind of more on the natural side of things. They have just, like everything else, just a dash of stevia. Just a dash of sucralose behind stevia, all natural beetroot color, and they're going for pure quality. This stuff's drug tested and certified. They're getting after it with the quality game.
And that's the whole thing with the Kaged Muscle is that is what they're doing, is they're going after the kind of, like, we're going to show you everything. We're going to go after a more like healthier option, or like a more transparent option.
More natural athlete.
Yeah, more natural athlete.
Right.
And we got the seals and the certifications and all that on the
all
back
in
of
there,
it, so-
yeah. And so we're excited. We actually hadn't tried the fruit punch, and I still haven't. I've had the Krisp Apple, so let's do a little tasting panel here.
Yeah,
this is a huge scoop. So it's
Krisp.
like a 32-gram scoop here. This thing is a monster. This thing's the size,
Dude,
of your head.
you know what's interesting? So the labeling is
It's like a protein scooper.
Yeah.
the labeling's green. And when I saw like the Krisp Apple, obviously I haven't tried this flavor yet. I was like, this looks delicious. Like I haven't smelled it, I haven't done anything, but like it looks delicious. Like for some reason I imagine this
CJ
apple
loves it.
pie with the crumble on top of the apple pie. You know, that's what I was imagining.
I hope you don't get disappointed. It doesn't taste like crumbled apple pie.
Mm.
Let's give it a shot. Yeah, they pretty cool packaging.
Colorings, but that's kind of consistent with the Kaged Muscle, isn't it? Like
Yeah, they're using, the only color in here is beetroot extract.
Yeah.
And so we have an interview with Brian Rand, the formulator. He's the guy who formulated the original Pre-JYM. So when Kaged Muscle, Pre-Kaged came out, people were like, this kind of is maybe a little bit like Pre-JYM. Well, it's the same guy making the formulation. We have an interview. It's a long one. You can read about it. Yeah. And so he buys the good stuff. Like even when the beetroot extract, some of it's kind of like pasty pink. This stuff's like a deeper red.
Sweet.
And they're all into just quality testing. And so
Okay.
let's see if it tastes good.
All right,
Let's see
so
how
we're
Brian
gonna weigh it out. Let's try it out. Yeah.
There are a lot of ingredients in here to cover up.
Yep, 32 gram scoop.
Whoa, we're a little heavy. So if you don't use a food scale, you may get slightly overstimmed. Not much, but that's over 10% over. So minor fail there. But now here's the deal. There is 274 milligrams of pure caffeine. That is a natural caffeine source. And it's like 95% caffeine or so from green coffee bean extract. So this is, I would call it like 250 to 260 milligrams of actual caffeine. And we'll see how the review goes, but for me, it doesn't hit as hard.
Well,
If I'm overdosing this just a touch, I'm not worried.
that's what I was gonna say, man. It's like we're not. It's not uncommon to see the 300 plus milligram caffeine, and so overweight here. The only thing is you're gonna run through that tub a little bit faster.
Exactly,
so.
yeah. It shaves off a couple %, but
Yeah.
it's tough to get these scoop sizes perfect, but hey, we busted. And so,
Is that the Krisp Apple
smells
right there?
good.
that's a lot of product.
Yeah. It smells good.
All right.
So yeah, Brian said 14 ounces of water is best for the Krisp Apple flavor. I don't know what's best for fruit punch, but
All right.
I guess we're going.
How you feeling about that Krisp Apple?
It's appley. I wouldn't say it's super crisp. Here, Ross.
Appley. Now there's a word.
Appley. Yeah.
What do you?
It's got an apple taste. It's more red apple, Fuji apple, Gala
Oh,
apple.
Gala.
It's like an actual real apple then.
Than like
Yeah.
a tart Granny Smith
When you,
apple.
I was gonna say, when you hear Krisp Apple, I think of a Granny Smith, and also the fact
Yeah.
that the packaging was green. So
I love the
Yeah.
Krisp Apple way
It's
not way more.
delicious,
I
yeah.
like Krisp Apple better than fruit punch though. For being
Yeah.
mostly stevia, they're still doing it better than anyone else who's all stevia or mostly stevia.
Yeah, this is a lot better tasting than the
CJ.
fruit punch. It's good for stevia product, but the Krisp
Yeah.
apples are.
let me set up this
Yeah,
camera
yeah,
so I
what
can
are
try
we
it.
doing? We're
Okay.
jumping way
Okay.
ahead. Okay, all right. I haven't tried it. Fruit punch.
Wait. Okay. Fruit punch.
Now we're only doing 2. I'm gonna half scoop my workout because I'm still kind of flying high on my latest rant, and
It's fruit punch. I mean, it's like
Yeah, you're wrong.
that's
though.
good to hear from
Yeah.
you though because
You hate stevia.
You're the stevia hater of the crew.
It's so with all the Kaged products, what you're gonna hear from me is like I am the stevia hater of the crew, but I typically hate it even more than even here, Robert. I can't see See, there you go.
My bad.
But I typically hate it more like this is a toned down stevia. Like I still get that aftertaste, but it's not as severe as what I'm used to with stevia. So that's good. I can definitely tolerate this, but it doesn't mean that's not there for me. I don't want to like pretend like I don't taste the stevia because I do. It's just not as harsh. So
that's cool. And that's what they're moving towards. I want to see them completely get rid of sucralose. They make that happen.
That foam is interesting to me.
Yeah,
That
it was a
actually
clean
looks like
shaker.
an apple.
Yeah.
Your shaker wasn't clean.
Yeah, it was. I cleaned it in the bathroom before we started.
Whose shaker's really clean?
Krisp Apple's there. Shit.
Yeah, isn't that
it's
good?
awesome.
That stuff's good, man. Go with the Krisp Apple for
All
sure.
right, yeah.
You know what?
Real
though?
quick, yeah.
What I was gonna say is, I go back to I've been so Apple confused through this review because I started off. It's got a green label. I'm imagining. I was imagining a apple pie and the crumblies on top of it.
There you
Then
go.
when
It should look like this. Krisp Apple should have a red label.
Okay.
Well, and so here's the thing. So then they went over there, and you heard them say that they were saying it's a little bit more red apple like, right? Like so like the Gala or the I don't know what the apple is like. Anyway,
Red
like
Delicious.
like a red delicious, like crispy. And then I was so I put my brain there. I was like, okay. I'm going back to my original. I think it's more apple pie crispy.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
See, I think apple
That's what I'm
juice,
thinking.
red apple-ish kind of tasting. I don't get much.
Man,
super
I'm
tartness.
going like
He's
I'm
just
going
trying
dessert
to
apple.
show off with his
I'm not.
advanced palate.
Yeah.
You know, it's very good though. Crisp Apple though, when you come out with a second flavor, you want it to be better than the first one, and they did it. Brian, the man.
Apple's unique. I mean, all together, like how many apple flavor?
Yeah, you get the sour green candy apple, and so a lot of people are trying to expect that because they expect the the sour green Jolly Ranchers kind. That's not this.
No.
This is a little more real. And so, real quick, the ingredients. What we're looking at is a full 6.5 grams, like more than a full 6.5 grams of L-citrulline. So pumps. We're gonna do a chest and shoulder workout right now, so that's what I'm excited about. But the label's so long, you're gonna have to read the PricePlow blog post and compare prices on PricePlow to find out more because we'd be here all day, me geeking it out over these ingredients, and it's freaking loaded. And that's why it's a 31 gram scoop. Now here's one thing. There's 23 grams of 23 or 24 grams of active materials. So there's a lot of this extra stuff that Brian had to put in to make the stevia work because this citrulline tastes bad and all that stuff. But we are going to be posting a blog post about how he kind of did that and like how the mind of Brian works because this dude's the man and I like his formulations. And if you can make a stevia-based product taste this good, you're onto something. You're onto something special.
Well, it's my understanding from you that Brian's coming out of the closet.
The formulator's closet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, we'll post up the blog post of that, but yeah, he was involved in the whole bodybuilding.com lawsuit thing, and a lot of times the formulators like to stay behind the scenes. This guy's like one of the puppet operators, and once in a while they get pulled out.
I like
in
to
public.
think of myself as the puppet master of the group.
You're kind of the
Pulling
puppet
us out from behind the camera in front of the camera now.
I don't know. All right.
No, so yeah, we're gonna get a good pump here is the expectation. But like I said, natural caffeine sources, high quality stuff, drug tested. PricePlow.com/Kaged Muscle.
All right, sweet.
Are we gonna come back and
We're gonna
talk
come
about-
back. We're gonna go work out. What are you doing? He's always trying to wrap up early. All right,
Pre-Kaged post review here. Dude,
post pre-cage.
I'm all about this stuff. Like if I want a non-DMAA type of pre-workout, this is way up there. And that's why it's way up there on our top 10 list.
Yeah, it seems like we are getting into an era where the what do you call them? The non-traditional stems like the DMAA, the DMHA, the nootropics, all that shit. And I'm not saying it's going away, but I'm noticing that some of the old school just straight up like stem, you know, pre-workouts are kind of making a comeback, dude. You saw Ghost doing that. You're seeing, you know, Kaged Muscle doing that. And I gotta agree with Mike. If I'm in the mood for a non-exotic stimulant, this is a really good product, man.
Yeah, and so what you see is you have companies doing the aggressive thing with those aggressive stimulants, but the companies who aren't using the aggressive stimulants need to get aggressive in kind of other ways, and it's a different way of saying aggressive, but they're aggressive in that there's 6.5 grams of citrulline. Like the pumps have been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's aggressive in that they aren't using as much sucralose. It's a different kind of aggressive, but they're still they're attacking something passionately and with zest. And the Krisp Apple, it's an aggressive flavor. I love it. You got the fruit punch flavor.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think you got stiffed on that one.
Yeah,
because I got the
Krisp Apple was much better. That's the flavor I'm going to go after for sure. Now fruit punch isn't bad. I mean, it's all right. But overall, like, it was effective. I used it over the last week. I had about 3 or 4 workouts in there, and it was really good. I never went over 1 scoop. I can tell you that much. I never felt the need to, which is good for me. Back in the day, I was a double scoop guy, you know, so 1 scoop's getting what I need to go. And you know, I trained on legs, I trained on, you know, back, some of the bigger muscle groups, really had a consistent workflow every time.
Yeah, I had a blowout chest day with this yesterday. I was so stoked about it. The one I want to focus on really that people need to know is the energy component. You see 274 milligrams of the pure caffeine, and so that's going to bring you down to maybe like 260 or so milligrams of actual caffeine. This is a natural source of caffeine, and it doesn't hit you hard like caffeine anhydrous. I swear, if I took like 250 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, it would come and go a lot faster. There's something about this pure calf stuff, which is based off of green coffee beans. It's a smoother sail. And some of you might not want that. Some of you just want to get hit in the face with a sledgehammer on the caffeine. Yeah. But I honestly don't when I'm working out, and I like to have my non-exotic stim pre-workouts. I want it to ride a little bit easier, and this one definitely does. There's something about this pure calf. I might need to like buy a bottle from Kaged Muscle and just take the pills alone and just see how it feels, because it's just different and it's smoother. I like whatever they have going on in here. So that's what I have to say about the energy component. It may look like it says 274 milligrams of caffeine, but it feels a little bit less but more drawn out. So I like that.
Awesome, man. Well, good job once again, Kaged Muscle. It seems like you guys are bringing a good product. I guess we're giving it a good thumbs up. The only thing I'm going to say is get the Krisp Apple.
Yes.
Before you get the fruit punch, I definitely recommend that.
And so I'm going to put together a blog post. Brian, you have to read. First off, you have to read the interview we had with Brian. Awesome stuff. You want to learn how Kaged Muscle really got started. But pretty soon we'll also have a blog post kind of talking about how the flavor systems kind of developed, how the sweeteners really developed here, because there's a little bit of madness behind the science, and Kaged Muscle is sharing a little bit with us, and I think it'll make you a little more comfortable with the ingredient label and how much they had to do to make stevia work better, but it does work, and this does not taste like a primary stevia product, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a big stevia guy.
Oh, so. He's our hater, but not here. So PricePlow.com/Kaged-Muscle with a K, and subscribe for CJ. Otherwise, he's not going to get any more free supplements.
No.